Good afternoon, everybody. Time for another wolfofbricks update. Once again, I am Jim, and this is where we talk about Lego investing and reselling. So before we get into the main topic, I'd like to thank everybody that liked the wolfofbricks Facebook page. Now again, it's not a group, it's a page, and I got a lot of feedback on that post about the three mistakes when it comes to buying and three mistakes when it comes to selling Lego. I was actually pretty impressed with how many people were able to read that and comment on it. So what I think I'm going to do is I said eventually I would start doing free giveaways on a weekly basis between sometime in the end of the year. I think we have about 67 likes or follows on this Facebook page, and so when we get to 200, I think that's whenever I'm going to start to do the weekly giveaways, and I'm also going to be doing bonus wolfofbrick updates occasionally, not always, but occasionally on the Facebook page. So if you haven't done it already, please go ahead and follow this page. We will leave the link below. So let's get into it. So, you know, I deliberately made that thumbnail and title to catch your attention, and I did it for a reason. It wasn't clickbait, of course. And I always talk about, you know, trying to see out in the distance what roadblocks or what potholes you might hit when it comes to your Lego business or your Amazon business in general. So I've been hearing whispers over the last couple months about possible toy shortages coming up this Q4. And I'm like, okay, that's interesting. I could see that happen. And there were a couple articles back in July or whatever. Well, today, I got a text message. And when I read that text message, I said, holy cow, it's going to happen. It was from a person I know, and let me tell you, if Lego does not know what is going on, I would be immensely surprised. I'm pretty much declaring that Lego knows what's going to be happening during this upcoming Q4. So let's get into it. This article is from Yahoo Finance. Worldwide toy industry, Q2 2021. Lego and Barbie continue to be the most in-demand toy. And it talks about how, you know, there could be looming possible toy shortages in the future. Despite historic early 2021 gains, 2021 will not be a replay of 2020. With its industry-wide double-digit increases, chaos in the supply chain and inflation will subdue revenue due to product shortages. So, you know, you really need to start paying attention to these type of headlines. And I'm not trying to be over dramatic, because here's the deal, man. If you only drop a couple thousand in Lego, it's pretty much not going to affect you, right? But if you have large amounts of inventory and you're planning on having those amounts of inventory sell during specific times and they sell a lot quicker, then, you know, there's a lot of crazy stuff that can happen. Over on the Patreon group, I do monthly Patreon updates with the members, and I talk about a dilemma that I'm in. I am kind of trying to decide how much money I am comfortable with making this Q4. Well, Jim, how come you don't try and make as much money as you possibly could? Well, there's a reason for that, and one of those reasons was how good and how I crushed expectations last year and just made money hand over fist. I wasn't the only one. So I'm trying to decide for myself if I should, you know, just tap on the brakes a little bit, or if I should just let it go and off to the races, which the bad thing would be, I would be impacting my 2022 sales. And I'm going to be honest, I really don't want to do that. I don't want this to be something that keeps on continuing. I would like, if I had to take a hit a year, I would like it to be this year, and then next year I would be flush with inventory. So there's a lot of considerations that I have for myself, and I know this has been talked about with other people when it comes to Lego and toy shortages. And it's not just this article here. Fortune talks about possible toy shortage looms this holiday season, and it's starting to get out there, folks, is what I'm trying to tell you. Here's another article. Now, this is coming from Hawaii, but it's still the same topic. Toys for Tots warns of toy shortage. According to the U.S. Marine Corps, which runs the organization, Toys for Tots, lockdowns have disrupted the supply chain and created a toy shortage and toys and electronics that in turn set off price hikes. So this is coming, folks, and I like I said, I'm not trying to be over dramatic, but this is something that you need to consider if you sell on Amazon or eBay, or if you're just a reseller and you rely on Q4 when it comes to selling your goods. Now, if you don't know, every spring, and when I say every spring, I'm talking about the last 2 years, this is an article, families playing the waiting game amid summer toy shortage. Now, I know a lot of people that went in big on inflatable pools last year and this year, and they made a killing. I was a little bit hesitant to do it because it's not like a Duplo set. These swimming pools are heavy, right? These inflatable pools. And it just seemed like that there were a few extra things going on that I didn't want to deal with. But, you know, we do see this over the last 2 years. Is this going to have an effect come spring 2022 when it comes to pools? I don't know. And the last thing, folks, man, this is crazy. I actually saw this on CNBC the other day, and I was like, you got to be kidding me. Because I know a lot of people who are from Africa and are from the Mideast, and they have come over here and they use shipping containers. There's this, I'll just call a group of people, they do extreme couponing in Columbus, Ohio, and they get all kinds of stuff for free because they're doing the extreme couponing, and then they rent these super cargo containers and they throw them in there and they send it over to Africa. And you know, this was back whenever those containers was around 1,500 each, maybe 2,000 each. And that wasn't that long ago. It really wasn't. But check this chart out. This is the WCI Shanghai to Los Angeles container rate for 40-foot boxes. Look at this. I mean, from the beginning of 2020, I mean, you could have sent a shipping container from Shanghai to Los Angeles for under $2,000. Look at that now. I mean, you talk about inflation to the max. That is crazy. And this is the source right here. It came from Twitter. And what account was this? The Daily Shoot. And I don't know about you guys, but I get most of my news from Twitter. I don't watch the news at all. The most reliable news I get is, you know, via Twitter. And you get to read stuff that you normally don't see in the newspapers. But that's it, my friends. I feel like this is one of those things that a lot of people aren't talking about, and a lot of people are going to get caught off guard come November and December. In the past, we've gone to Walmart, we've gone to Target, maybe 18 months ago, and we've seen bare shelves, right? Not 18 months ago, maybe 16 months ago. And these shelves were bare when it came to toys, and I wonder if that's going to happen again. Just be prepared. That's it, my friends. Please don't forget to hit the like and subscribe button. Once again, I'm Jim with Wolf of Bricks. Always go out there and get it.